is Gallowayne. You kneel, prepared for the shift this time. The cool stone gives you way to warm soil, soft and loomy. The candle smoke dissipates, replaced by the musk of forest. The hunt howls from the foliage. I've come to seek Gallowayne's Berath. So I do have to howl. Cool. Something leaps on the bushes nearby. You find yourself pinned on your back and staring into the amber eyes of a massive hound. The beast looks at you. Gleaming fangs protrude from the side of its mouth. Its nose twitches as it inhales your scent, starting at your shoulder and proceeding down the length of your arm. You follow its nose to your hand, which is covered in blood. Tongue is red and meaty as a steel lolls out of its mouth and swipes your bloody hand. Its lips curl into what looks like a smile. The beast looks back at you, and as it fixes you with its glowing eyes, its muzzle retreats into a long, bearded face, and its pointed ears lengthen, dropping to the side of its head. What was a massive hound becomes a giant of a man, his broad, muscled shoulders draped with furs. He holds a flint knife to your neck and grins, revealing a row of long, pointed teeth.
The lioness reigns still, and soon her cubs will rise. Why did you strike the bear down?
So cubs will... Those cubs will be the mightiest still one day. The legacy must be protected, maybe from worthy contenders.
Strength begets strength. The mighty seize an advantage in their jaws and do not let go. They shake and wring it, puncture its arteries with sharpened fangs. Blood whets their appetite.
The changeling throws his head back and closes his eyes, breathing deeply of the cool air. He lets out a howl that rings through the air. He lowers his head, puffs of steam rising from his panting mouth. Twigs crunch and branches snap. The ground shivers under the weight of pacing, prowling footsteps. A dozen beasts, bears, wolves, and long-fanged cats stalk out of the undergrowth, their matching ember eyes fast on you. Some of them look real soft. I bet I could tame one or two. I wouldn't recommend it. But as the beasts encircle you, their master rises to his feet. Even the largest of the bears can only reach his browned and muscle-knotted shoulders. You stand, mindful of the ring of predators surrounding you.
You sought and won the favor of Gallowayne. What new prey do you now pursue?
I hunt Theos.
To track a quarry, you must understand its movements. And Theos follows the path of a more powerful master.
Or mistress. A warm breeze carries the smell of smoke and gunpowder. Sparks ignite and float in the draught, catching in the leaves over Gallowayne's head. A sudden blast of heat scalds your face, and even as you turn away, a flash of light sears your vision through your eyelids. When you look back, you see a woman in full plate standing next to Gallowayne. Her mirror-polished armour flickers with images of reflected flames. You can't see her face, but her voice is strong and clear like the ringing of steel.
Let him know his foe.
Margarine. Oh. The whore breaks her silence at last. Have you missed me, Margarine? You may have found other lovers, but surely none that was my equal. Margarine stands, says nothing in response. Indeed, she never even glances at Durance's direction, as involuntarily tick causes the baggy skin beneath Durance's eyes to quiver. He says no more. His ruddy skin blanched white. Oh, look at that. He was so annoyed that she doesn't even look at him.
Theos has trapped thousands of souls in sun and shadow, like rabbits in a snare. Now, he goes there to retrieve the kill for his master, Woodiga.
One of the bears paws at the ground in irritation, its heckless rising.
She will feast on them, suck their marrow, grow strong on their essence.
As a Stelgar watches you, it licks its lips, its tongue scraping long fangs. Why would theirs help the Woodcutter?
Because he is her hound. He has always done her bidding.
His eyes dart to another figure standing just behind Margarine.
Woodica stands for an old order. So does Theos.
So old Woodica is maybe the first god then? A golem made of blackened, pitted iron steps out of Margarine's shadow. Its movements are slow yet precise, each footfall accompanied by the groaning and grinding of metal. The steady orange glow of furnace coals emanates from its eye sockets.
They both fear change, and the Deerwood has changed much recently. People find answers not in the gods, but in animancy, the product of their own labors.
And why not? When they have learned that even a god can be killed.
Oh yeah. She says that it's like it wasn't her followers that unleashed the God Hammer. What should I do about it? Yeah, tell me what you want me to do about it.
Track Theos. Follow the trail he has left for you, and corner him in sun and shadow.
You have hired out your strength in the service of others, Watcher. Now we ask that you employ your talents for the benefit of all of the Deerwood. You must stop Theos before he empowers Woodica.
You want me to kill Theos?
And if you do, you will have a different decision to make.
Abaddon as well was there. Oh. Also, Abaddon is the golem. The gods mean to leave this in our hands.
Souls were ripped from the world, ripe and full and pulsing with essence. Scatter them like bones to a pack of dogs. Their essence will strengthen the souls of the Deerwood. Let the remains of the dead feed the survivors.
Okay, so they want me to scatter the souls. Why would I feel the lost soul's essence to the rest of Deerwood?
To breed strength.
Strength the soul.
Power is born from the mixing of essence and blood.
Wolf snarl and snap.
What Theos did cannot be undone. Thousands of lives have changed, and thousands more have ended because of his actions. But transformation gives purpose to trial.
And improvement is the goal of all Kith. Long lives, prosperous futures, stronger minds and bodies. Strengthening those who remain will help repair the damage that Theos has done to the Deerwood.
So if Woodica can accomplish this, then perhaps she deserves her victory. Yeah, because that's... He did say at the start, you know, strength begets strength and all that jazz. The bear of Galloween's size rises on its hind legs and roars. It falls back on all fours with a ground-shaking thud. Galloween points his flint the dagger at you.
A victory that leaves her ruler of all. No room for conflict, no struggle, not even between the gods.
He even said the best god win. He was like they made the best beast win as well, and now he's not happy about it.
Be careful what you wish for, mortal. Woodica's ways are regressive. Her laws never change, her authority never ebbs, and she never forgets a slight.
Woodica would crush the Deerwood simply out of vengeance for the rebellion against Adir, her favorite. She would stamp out animancers, godslayers from the Saints' War, and anyone else she viewed as heretical or dangerous.
And who more dangerous to her than a watcher who prods at her schemes? I don't see why I should care.
Because your soul will be at her mercy, and already you know too much.
Woodica will not keep the pact. She will interfere with mortals the very way we have always avoided. Your development will no longer be in your own hands.
Stagnation. You will be caged and stunted.
Now I've got to find Theos, which...
And when you descend the pit to
shadows,
sun
blah,
in
blah, 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 blah,
shadow,
blah.
you can count on our assistance to see you safely through. As I hope we can count on yours.
So
when
they
you
want
reach
me
the
to
bottom.
scatter the souls
There are many souls
give
upon
strength
the burial isle
to
that
the
are
living.
sworn
Is that
to
what they want
serve
me to
us.
do?
They belong to you now. and they shall guide your descent.
Guide your descent. Durance's face is grave. Beware of promises of a god watcher. They are binding, but only in one direction. He grows restless, pawing the ground, and eyeing you with renewed interest. The bear sniffs the ground next to your leg. Once Stalgar sulks into the circle, its amber eyes glowing. Galloway hurls his knife between your feet, sinking it to his handle. It raises his empty hand.
Hunt him, mortal. And when you stop him, let the souls he has captured feed the deer wood.
Eat the deer wood.
Strengthen the souls of
Yeah,
those
so they
who
want me to
remain.
strengthen the
Prepare them
living.
to face the challenges that will follow. Pledge that you will do this, and we will grant you a power fit for the finest warrior who ever lived.
Warriors.
Betray us, and my beast shall track you down. Our allegiance is not to be accepted and cast aside.
Yep.
Consider and calculate, but decide.
But decide. Galabane's hand falls, and the growing pack lunges into the circle. The vision vanishes in an instant, returning you to Tale Avern, where burning candles replace the glowing eyes of Galawain's beast. Yeah, so this is how it works. Right, so they three are together. This is going to be interesting. You kneel while you pray. You feel the space around your body shift and melt, and you find yourself in a vision of the mountaintop temple. Yet you see neither worshippers nor a dragon, but a tree. Its limbs wrap around the perimeter of the temple, tapering into twigs and branches of all sizes and angles. These seem too long and too numerous to be held up by a meagre trunk, but they hold steady in the breeze. A single sparrow lands on the nearest branch. It watches you. Whistle to the bird. You whistle the first tune that pops into your head. The sparrow blinks its beady eyes and hops closer to you along the branch. It bobs its tiny head and opens its beak, and a rich, thrilling melody that spills forth is the song of a chorus of birds. A massive flock descends with a thundering of wings and whooping, screeching, chirping calls. They fill the burrows of the tree by the thousands. Birds of every shape, size, and colour nesting next to one another. Hylea. A breeze ripples through the air. The limbs sway, crackling with a strange, gentle rhythm. A few hundred of the birds flit from their branches, forming a brilliantly variegated flock in front of your tree. As they meet and swoop in unison, you catch a glimpse of someone looking back at you, cloaked by the flurry of feathers. Watcher, I believe we stand in the legacy court of birds. The legendary court of birds. She closes her eyes and raises her face to the sky. I feel a presence, warmth and hope.
You journeyed to my temple and found the dragon. Yet instead of driving it off, you allowed it to stay. The songs of my faithful will never again fill the nest. And the beast and her young will slaughter many to feed their hunger.
Right, so good thing I've probably got lore. The dragon sought shelter for her young, and are you not also the goddess of motherhood?
And even in a creature so fierce, you find tenderness. Your long journey has revealed a compassionate and generous heart, Watcher. There is something else I would ask of you.
I'm listening. The birds return to the tree and nestle among their peers. The breeze ripples through the branches again, carrying the goddess's voice.
You must stop Theos, and you must undo the tragedy he has wrought.
Baby Mother rocks on her feet. There is a way, Watcher. There is hope yet. Birds all over the tree begin to chirp and sing, and in the rise and fall of their voices, Hylea speaks. Theos acts but is moved by another. The exile queen whispers in his ear, urges him to rob the living and the unborn of their souls for her benefit, and he has obeyed. A hawk shifts on its perch. Still we consume them. grow powerful where 1,000 empty children are born. But there is still time to reverse this tragedy. How would I return things to the way they were? Birds suddenly fall silent, watching you. The voice of the wind returns. Guide the trapped souls back to the bodies they were stolen from. Hollowborn children whose eyes have never seen the sun. That's what we'd like to do. Yes, great. Okay, so grieving mother clasps her hands together and the chimes toll like funeral bells. Would it truly be mercy? Even while I might dry the tears of parents, mothers and fathers who tended their children, sheltered them, I would confine children to half-grown bodies as souls have never known, bodies ravaged by years of confinement. Cruel salvation. Worse. I know, but you did that. That was your undoing. You could restore them, give their families hymns of joy after years of lament. These tickles your ear. Peace and restoration give purpose to suffering. There is no meaning, no redemption in pain that does not lead to fulfillment. Symmetry demands that great rejoicing follows suffering such as this, life and death. I like the second one, but I'll go with the first one. Surely those wounds can heal, or don't you think the long absence could be overcome? You hear the cry of a swift, soft and plaintive. Perhaps the years cannot be forgotten, and for some, perhaps it is already too late. But if you could restore even one soul, kindle one spark of life, raise one voice in joy, it would be worth it. There's another side to this. His tone is cautious. You've seen the consequences of a soul disjointed from its own cycle. Could these children even truly return? Perhaps it would be better to allow these souls to find new life. I don't think she'll like that. Would that we could heal their souls, their scars as well. Their years of suffering cannot be undone, and may weigh heavily on their lives. Yes, this is the difficult mercy. How can they continue to another when they have not fulfilled lifeless life? Oh my lord, let's try that again, shall we? How can they continue to another when they have not fully lived this life? To pass them along to another now is cutting a stanza from a poem, a verse from a song. Okay, so
when you reach the burial aisle,
I want to return
you will
them.
find souls there that I have granted reprieve for their sins. I give these to you, for only they can bear you to safety on your journey down. And when you face Theos and the rotting fruits of his endeavors, remember the conversation we have had. In that moment, you will have power rivaling a god's. And after it, you will live in the world that you have chosen. Choose Restoration, Watcher. Return the souls to the bodies they were stolen from. Swear to me that you will do this, and I shall give you power to make even Woodica quake. I can be merciful and terrible, Watcher.
Yeah, so I think I want to do this one. I think I want to return the souls to the tried bodies. It's not going to help them in any way, shape or form, but that was the Animancers. That was them doing that. So, well, this is a hope I once held to. I now see it as false mercy, an extension of suffering. Yeah, well, you did that, so that's your problem. Snatching these souls from their lives was Theos' crime. It does not add to this by snatching them from their natural cycles. Oh, I swear to return the souls to the hollowborn children of Deerwood, and I shall remember. The dark winds snap shut, and a tiny sparrow flits to your shoulder. It tilts its head back and opens its beak, and the song that spills forth is like nothing you've ever heard. Melodies as once mournful and beautiful entrance you. The world becomes a place of pure colour and sound. Each perfect moment follows the next, like the lines of a poem or the bar of a song. Hylea's boom. You awaken as if from a dream, standing in the place. Cool.
Stop right there.
Stop right there.
You're in
Phantom
the wrong city, Inquisitor.
Inquisitor.
Did you think you wouldn't be recognized here in your old home? I've seen your trials with my own eyes.
Okay, does it say anything? I have seen your light pyres with good people tied to them. People I'd known many a year. He seizes you by the throat and your airway tightens. Whether real or imagined, you cannot tell. They deserve your confession. He raises the point of his sword, holding its hair's breadth from your eye. Well, that's comforting, isn't it?
Suros, what are you doing?
Startled, the soldier releases you immediately and turns to face the speaker, a woman in a plain wool tunic, fully a head shorter than he, but somehow seeming to tower over him. You have seen this woman's face before, but from afar, bloodied and burned as she lay stretched across an iron wheel. At the moment, it is marked only with concern.
An assassin sent by the Inquisition, my lady, daring to approach our camp.
Inquisition! If he is so poor an assassin as to approach an armed guard in daylight, I should have nothing to fear. I would hear what this man has to say. She stares him down until he can no longer face her. He turns away, sore-faced, watching you through sidelong glances, his knuckles white over the pommel of his sword.
Surely this is some trick of my mind. I did not expect to see you again.
I can lie if I want. Well, I don't want to lie, because like I say, I don't want to lose my bonuses, so Grand Theos dispatched me here to spy on you. And Flora doesn't blink. Are things as desperate as that over there? I'd never have known. I hope your next assignment is more stimulating. Listen to my lectures and dull work is dull work for a spy. It is special to have an old pupil return to me. I must have done something right, even after having taught you so much that was wrong. Whatever your reasons, I've missed you over all these years. Having you here now, at a time when when I'm surrounded by strangers, is a wonderful gift.
I would like for you to stay here in our camp as my guest.
My lady Eora, I beg of you. This is an Inquisitor. This is a desperate attempt on your life. The only way it can succeed is if you allow it to.
This is a missionary, same as I was. Taught the wrong things as I was. If I can't have faith in one man's ability to reason, once he knows the truth, what hope do we have?
My lady, he admits being a spy.
He to being a spy.
That should make him less of a threat, wouldn't you agree? I have nothing to hide. All I see here is an opportunity to persuade someone who could help us. We have many former missionaries here. They are our most loyal, our most helpful. Many have died for us. These are not people we should be turning away. And if the Inquisition wants my life, they can have it. But they know as well as I do that my cause will not die with me. Come. We have much to talk about.
Much to talk about. Oh, I can speak to Durance.
What is it, Watcher?
Does what we learn from Boudica trouble you?
It stinks of her. It is justice, but if her greater purpose was to think Margaret would fall prey to such deceit. And Aethys. Widewind had always claimed to be invading Deerwood to free it. What if it were true? What if he had come to stop Woodica's plot before it began? Surely Aethys earned his death at Godhammer Citadel, but not for those reasons. Not to keep him silent. If such a thing has brought about this chaos...
Durance tilts his head as if listening to your inner voice, and he frowns. The frown deepening as he speaks.
Must we always be tools of gods? If Woodica and Margarin, if they are the cause of this, the Hollowborn, if the purges were never necessary, if Aethys was fighting back...
Looks like he's, yeah, would it have been better had you been spared this knowledge?
No, I am glad to have walked this far with you, seen this truth. Perhaps it was what I was meant to see, with a watcher's eyes. All these dances of words and intrigues, machines of men, twisted, ripping the souls of children, and by the gods, the goddess of justice. If I could end her like Aethys, Margarin burned her once. One can do so again. Woodica, she must answer to her own justice.
Justice or revenge?
Anyone with a shred of spirit seeks both justice and punishment. It burns in the heart of anyone who lives. All seek it. If the world does not balance, we all drown in the oceans. And the gods would not care. Margarin, she must be redeemed. And punishing Woodica, that will serve.
Margarin was allied with Woodica. She tried to kill all the makers of the god.
Is this some final joke at my expense? To test my faith further? And why would you think that, Watcher?
I like that one. The others who made the god hammer, they all died, didn't they? That's what I saw. Their symbols fade from your staff.
If all you have are questions, then I have enough of those. She is a bitch of a
Oh, I
goddess
could
to
just
be
go
sure.
through them all.
But even a whore only goes so far in crossing those she serves.
Okay, I'm not certain. It's just a feeling I have.
That is all you have, a feeling. If feelings provoked me to say every thought that crossed my mind, get gone and leave me to my thoughts.
Oh, so I could have went through all the other ones then.